Good evening, Europe. I'm Anne-Marie Rauer. Welcome to Malmo in Sweden for a wonderful night celebrating the quality of public service regional television. The very best television programs on our screens at home where you live.
Yes, welcome to the PRIX CIRCOM Regional Awards for 2012. I'm David Lowen, and I'm chairman of the judging panel for the best regional programs and program makers in Europe. Here are the trophies. More than 30,000 euros in prize money and travel bursaries as well, plus honour and recognition for a job well done. This year we will have 10 categories plus the Grand Prix. More categories, more chances to win than ever before. And more entries too. There were 189 entries from 23 European countries, and that's a record high. In the audience, more award winners than ever before, and some of the best television professionals in Europe. Among them, judges from 12 different countries who have given time and expertise to make these awards possible. They work hard, they work fast, they work well. Please show your appreciation for what they have done. And may I say, sitting with them, one of the judges, the Secretary General of CIRCOM as well, Johan Linnen. The viewing and the judging were done over 4 days last month in Iași, Romania, as guests of TVR. In all but one category, the judges were asked to select a winner and one commended entry. The winner receives a trophy and 2,000 euros. The winner and the commended both get free trips to this gala and the conference. The winner of the Grand Prix receives a further trophy, an extra 3,000 euros, and a lot of publicity.
We start with the newest part of the activity of regional television stations, how they use every idea and every technology to keep viewers engaged, even when they're not watching television. The category Social Interaction and Viewer Support is sponsored by SVT Sweden. And to present the trophy, SVT's Chief Executive, Eva Hamilton.
Oh, there already. First trophy. That's it. Now, the chair of the judges in this category was Geronimo Åkerlund from SVT ABC, Stockholm. In this category, we look at ways in which our regional stations can fulfill their public service duties outside the broadcast of programs. We asked the judges to look at ways in which our regional stations are fostering communities among viewers, beyond the confines of a strictly one-way communication through a TV set. Now, Eva will be pleased to know that the commended entry in this category is SVT Växjö, for its part in bringing the community in Kalmar together to solve the problem of who was lighting dangerous fires around the town. Our winning entry turned a football match, which could not be broadcast because of rights restrictions, into a second screen running event for fans. The broadcast was the core of this service, but it is everything else which happens on the day of the big match which interests and involves the fans and the TV station. It's a grand mixture of Twitter, Facebook, citizen video, radio, SMS, and it proves that TV is no longer just TV. Now join the fans for a football special lasting most of the match day, but without any football.
Het is zover 15 mei, D-Day. Vanmiddag wordt in een allesbeslissende kraker duidelijk wie er kampioen van Nederland wordt.
Rubis, Lansaan! Oh! Show wil die bal nog heeft. En oh! Een eigen goal! Een eigen goal! Jansen! Ja! En de 2-1! Theo Jansen met meteen het antwoord. En een minuut na de goal van Danny Lansaan. Dus Theo Jansen die weer een belangrijke goal maakt voor FC Twente. Dan is het afgelopen, zegt scheidsrechter Pieterveen. En heeft Ajax de derde ster binnen.
Wat gaan jullie de rest van de avond nog doen?
Ja, ik weet nog niet, ik zie wel. en ik wil nog even terugkomen op die schaal van Ajax. Want behalve deze mooie beelden en die bus en dergelijke waar nu veel over gesproken wordt, wordt over die schaal van Ajax toch ook nog wel behoorlijk gesproken. We pakken nog even de foto erbij waar het allemaal gebeurde. En ik heb hem al laten zien. Maar je ziet op die foto ook achter de bus een schaal zeg maar in de lucht hangen. En ik dacht in eerste instantie heeft iemand vast. Het is een soort van, nou, ja, weet ik wat het is. Iets wat iemand vast heeft. Maar dit is dus het moment dat die schaal uit de bus vliegt. En wat er daarna gebeurd is, er is een bus overheen gereden. Dit is een Telegraaf. Die meldt ook deuk in de schaal van Ajax. En daar wordt op internet ook heel veel over gesproken. En groter de foto zie je hier dus de trainer van Ajax de schaal vast hebben. Er zit een deukje in. Een bus die achter de bus reed met de spelers. Waar dus die schaal is uitgevallen. Daar is hij overheen gereden. En daarom ziet hij er nu zo uit. Dit is het filmpje van de spelersbus van Ajax. Die dus door Amsterdam rijdt.
Drukke
en
straat
op een
ook.
gegeven moment dus misgaat. Kijk even mee.
Drukke straat ook in Amsterdam.
Ja. Daar komt hij aan. En dus een paar spelers uit het dak. Waaronder Maarten Stekelenburg. En nu wordt de schaal omhoog gehouden. Het lijkt allemaal nog goed te gaan. Maar dan komen de trenkabels. En hop, daar gaat de schaal. En daar is de OA-bus. Daar rijdt hij over de schaal. Daar zie je hem wegglijden. En daar wordt hij door een steward, of ik weet niet precies wat het is, opgevangen. En heel snel wordt hij door een fan ook vastgepakt. En weer achter de spelersbus aangebracht. Vorige week toen vroegen we ons af bij de bekerfinale, zal het ons lukken om een veelbesproken onderwerp, een zogenaamd trending topic te worden op Twitter? Nou, dat is weer in volle gang, kan ik je melden. Dit zijn de cijfers van dit moment. Het meest besproken onderwerp is Ajax op dit moment. Dus alle minuut, nu. En het één na meest besproken onderwerp op dit moment is TV Oost.
Ze willen allemaal zo graag op TVO's.
A team effort across all media staff at RTV Oost, that's Enschede in the Netherlands. And to collect the trophy in €2,000 on their behalf is the head of social media, Gerson Veenstra.
Good. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
From technology to personality, the Rising Star Award is for the most promising presenter or reporter aged 30 or under. The award was first presented last year and was created to honor and remember Vanda Kundurace of TVR last year, a much respected colleague who was tragically killed in an accident on her way to the CIRCOM Conference 5 years ago. She was many times a judge in these awards. The Rising Star Award is sponsored by TVR, so please welcome to the stage to represent TVR the Director General Alexandru Lazescu.
Hi. That one. Okay. The chair of the judges in the Rising Star category was Dan Ratiu from TVR Timișoara. The judges were asked to look for the potential of an outstanding presenter and reporter. Talent, imagination, the ability to communicate, and respect for the audience. Their judgment was based on a mixture of video, written, and other testimonial information. The winner was chosen by the 3 judges in this category, but without the Romanian chairman having a vote. That's our standard judging procedure to avoid any conflict of interest between a judge and a possible winner. And the winner comes from where we did the judging, TVR Iași. And we are proud to say that she is also a graduate of the CIRCOM Journalism Training Academy.
Marihuana, hașiș, cannabis, cocaină, heroină. Știm că drogurile există. însă la periferia lumii noastre, ascunse, greu de accesat. Dincolo de voința ușor coruptibilă a oamenilor, legea ne protejează de ele. Ce se întâmplă însă când universul drogurilor iese la suprafață? Când scapă de cătușele cuvântului interzis? Când se mută de la periferia societății direct pe strada principală?
O siglă ciudată, un personaj sugestiv, un nume inspirat. În Iași, pe strada principală la începutul anului. Își deschide porțile un butic de plante aromatice. În câteva luni de zile, astfel de magazine împânzesc orașul. Vestea se răspândește. O nouă modă ia naștere în rândul tinerilor.
Nu mai dereglați vezi acum pe stradă. Ochii nu mai tolburi.
Adulții nu o văd.
Nu înțeleg despre ce e vorba aici.
Autoritățile se simt legate de mâini și de picioare.
Din punct de vedere legislativ, pașii sunt ceva mai greoi.
În timp ce cei care câștigă din toată această afacere știu să le fenteze.
Oamenii se recomandă altfel. Spun că e vorba de substanțe care aromatizează camera, cu care să faci baie.
Respirați adânc. Se întâmplă în România.
And to collect the Rising Star Trophy, please welcome Raluca Chirila.
You can see that Raluca is smiling, and that, of course, is not just because she's won a PRIX award. She found out about winning the PRIX award on the eve of her wedding, just 3 weeks ago. So that's a double celebration. And as you can perhaps see from the little bump at the front, it's actually a triple celebration. Well done.
Our next category is the award for fiction and drama. The sponsor of the fiction and drama is TG4, the Irish language channel, and presenting the trophy on behalf of TG4 is Ma Nikonlain.
Now, drama programs are not cheap, and there are some regions which do invest in this genre. Such programs can reflect the culture of the region and bring the voice of the region to the nation and also to the global market. They can sometimes make money for a region as well as promote it. The category chair was Moira herself. The judges were asked to look for innovative, engaging, original stories which reflect life and experience in the region. Special attention should be paid to visual flair, high-quality scripts, and the television skills of camera, sound, and editing. The commended entry was Galway Races, the story of a political feud in Ireland set against the background of a wild week of horse racing. And as with the previous category, the chair of the judges stood back from the jury decision to give an award to her own station, TG4 Ireland. And so to the winner of the fiction drama category. The judges admired the script, the characterization, the direction, the pacing, the music. They even admired the scenery. This is a detective thriller set in the world of drug trafficking. 5 families, some outside jail, some inside jail, compete to rule this world of money and violence. while the civil guard struggles to keep pace with the criminals.
Señora fiscal, estamos a piques de entrar en directo.
De acuerdo.
¿Todos preparados?
Estamos agardando que Cos localiza posición da esplanada.
Daquela só queda agardar.
Polo de agora nin rastro dos picolos, seguimos adiante. Abride ben os ollos, eh?
Hoxe atopámonos no despacho da fiscal delegada antidroga, Olaya Mosteiro. Bos días.
Bos días.
Antes de nada, parabéns polos seus últimos éxitos na loita contra a droga. 3 salixos de cocaína en apenas 6 meses.
Grazas, pero aínda queda moito traballo por facer. E podo asegurarlle que nin a Garda Civil nin a miña Fiscalía imos baixar a garda.
Aquí 128F, adiante Cos.
Temos as lanchas. 4350 norte, 825 oeste.
Localizaron as planadoras. Podes repetir as coordenadas?
Repito, 128F. As coordenadas son 4350 norte, 825 oeste.
Correcto, Cos.
Están chegando a eles.
Puta.
¡Joder! Atención, fala Alférez Seijas. As planadoras van na súa dirección. Adiante. Repito, adiante.
Cambio de rumbo. E de cara paso do Penedo é rápido. Tendes que chegar antes cos picolos.
Discúlpeme, o alférez e o capitán. Non deberíamos agardar por él.
O capitán ten un compromiso, cartelle.
Veña, dale vida, hostia!
So the Fiction and Drama Award trophy and €2,000 goes to TV Galicia in Spain for its drama series Matalobos. And from TV Galicia, Managing Director Rosa Villas.
I think perhaps we should apologise there because I think the picture fell about a bit at the end, and I don't remember that on the original. On the other hand, if the TV Galicia wished to consider marketing something like Matalobos in the UK audiences suddenly decided they can watch programmes with subtitles. So we've had a series of wonderful crime programmes, mainly from Scandinavia, and I'm sure that Spanish one would stand a chance as well. Thank you.
Soon there will be more trophies finding the happy owners, but first let's take a break and listen to a Danish all-female rock band. Please welcome Nelson Can.
I
I think so.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, Nelson Can. And so, to the sport category. We're just a couple of months from an Olympic festival in Europe. So our minds are very much on sports and on the origin of the Olympics of ancient Greece. And to present the trophy on behalf of sponsors ERT Greece, please welcome Director General from ERT, Kostas Bliatkas.
Welcome, Kostas. And for our sport award, the judges are asked to pay special attention to conveying the excitement of sporting endeavours in characters, pictures and sound. The judges were chaired by Theodoros Tsepos of ERT3 Thessaloniki. There is no commended in this category, but the winner, appropriately, comes from the Olympic host broadcaster, the BBC, and it is about preparations for the Olympics. BBC Yorkshire's programme on Yorkshire's Olympic dreams followed the Taekwondo world champion Sarah Stevenson as she mixed sporting ambition and public acclaim with private tragedy.
You've got to be tough to do what Sarah Stevenson does. Her sport's a martial art in which points are given for kicks and punches to your opponent's head and body. Sarah was junior Taekwondo world champion. She got to the semi-finals at the 2000 Olympics and she won bronze at the last Games in Beijing, Britain's first ever Olympic medal in Taekwondo.
They were happy, weren't
Yeah.
they? They were happy.
My dad went running outside. My mum rang everyone.
We went out screaming and shouting and telling all the world, didn't we, what Sarah had done.
In late 2010, Sarah married her coach Steve Jennings, and home soil Olympics were on the horizon. Times were good. But all that changed during what Sarah describes as the worst year of her life. In early 2011, her mum was diagnosed with cancer, and soon after, her dad was found to have a brain tumour. They were both told that they didn't have long to live. Whatever Sarah would achieve at the London Olympics, they wouldn't be there to see it. But despite missing training to care for her parents, Sarah went to last year's World Taekwondo Championships and won.
I was saying to myself, well, they can't hurt me. Them girls in that ring, they can't hurt me. What if I lose? So what? I was just like so determined to just go there and probably hurt someone, take it out on the other girls. She was all the ring, yeah? Go forward, make her go back.
In late September, we caught up with Sarah as she launched her academy. It's a way to give back the kind of support that she's received down the years from coaches and family. Husband Steve is there to help with the sparring.
As he's stepping in, there, okay? Has to be a time and has to be perfect, all right?
By this time, Sarah's dad, Roy, has died. Her mum had hoped to come to Manchester to support Sarah, but she's too ill.
Bless her. You all right? Yeah, fine. Come sit down.
Instead, her aunt and cousins arrive from Doncaster as a reminder that she's not alone.
We've just come to give her a bit of support. The funny thing is with her mum is that she worries more about Sarah. Obviously Sarah's worried about her, but her mum is more concerned with how Sarah's coping with it all.
It seems like it's never ending now. It's been a long time now and it is taking its toll, to be honest, and it is really difficult for me now because it's not only you're going to lose one parent, you're going to lose another one.
And public success, private sorrow, but who knows, perhaps Olympic gold there for Sarah.
And the winner of the sports category is BBC Yorkshire. And to collect the trophy and the €2,000, please welcome Ian Bucknell. Next is magazine and news magazine programs. This includes news magazine programs, politics, arts, religion, culture, programs which are backbone of regional broadcasting. And this was a popular category, as you might expect, with 26 entries. The sponsor is TVP Poland. Please welcome to present the trophy and €2,000, Małgorzata Orłowska.
And Małgorzata also chaired the judges. The judges were asked to seek a winner with a strong look and feel to add interest for viewers. They should expect interviews to explore and explain issues. Location reports should add relevant information and background. Presentation should help communication. The commended programme was praised for tackling in a popular way the most topical of problems, the collapse of banks and the economy. It meant that viewers could better understand what the real implications of a financial crash might be.
Right at the moment, it's hard to find something to be cheerful about. We're in the middle of the most traumatic economic crisis in the history of the state, and the evidence is all around us.
Over the last 2 years, thousands and thousands of people have gone out of business in Ireland, the worst ever. Construction, retail and services, they've been the hardest hit. But really, everything's affected. There's been no place to hide. There are lots of individual reasons for the closures, but at the root of them all is the credit crunch.
Hello and welcome to The Business. Now, if you're looking for credit or capital for your business, then this could be for you. We're setting up a pop-up bank for one day only, and we're inviting anyone who offers credit or capital to attend. We're still finalising all of the details, but if you have any queries, you can email us at thebusiness@rte.ie. Okay, the idea is now out there. It'll certainly be interesting to see what the response is. Early morning over Croke Park, and we have a lot to do to get this bank open for business. There's less than an hour to go before we open up the doors. We've sent out the words, but we really have absolutely no idea how many people are going to turn up. This really is a big experiment, and anything could happen here later today. We made calls to everyone, from venture capitalists to credit unions, charities to state boards, and even the banks have turned up. So, can they answer their critics? Time for a showdown.
The award for the commended in the category magazine and news magazines goes to The Business from RTE Southerns in Ireland.
And the winner in the magazine, a news magazine, was a thorough review of the state of the health service in France. The judges admired the questioning approach, the pacing, the presenter, and the strong determination to make the programme visually exciting. They liked, above all, the powerful human stories well told.
Comment ça va? On est plus cool aussi, plus détaché de cette blouse blanche aussi, pour pouvoir être à la portée des patients et de leur famille. J'ai une petite misère à vous faire aujourd'hui, Madame Bernard.
Prise de sang?
Voilà.
Oh, c'est
Vous
pas
saviez.
bien. Mais non, c'est pas la misère.
Je vous dis quand je pique.
Suzanne et Gilbert ont plus de 80 ans. Ils vivent seuls dans leur petit pavillon à la campagne. L'infirmière passe un jour sur deux pour panser les plaies de Suzanne.
Et là aussi?
Non, ça va, ça va. Que voulez-vous? Je suis quand même mieux chez moi quand même que,
Bah oui.
qu'à l'hôpital. J'ai pas de visite. J'ai eu une voisine qui est venue me voir. Puis, quand elle m'a vue, oh, elle a fait « Oh, j'ai compris. Ah oui, j'ai tellement changé, voyez-vous. »
Vous voulez rester avec votre mari, là, c'est important pour vous, madame.
Oui, madame. Oui, c'est ça. Surtout, le peu que je laisse à vivre, quoi. Hein? Vous voyez pas?
C'est important pour vous d'être avec lui.
Oui.
Mais votre mari a besoin aussi...
De moi?
Gérer l'environnement social, écouter et rassurer le patient. Souvent, Julie sort de sa mission première, soigner. Alors à 34 ans, comment le gère-t-elle?
Parfois, on peut avoir des transferts. On peut facilement s'identifier au patient ou à l'entourage. Donc oui, il y a des fois où l'affect est touché, c'est normal. Après, d'où l'intérêt d'être une équipe et de se passer la main et d'en discuter autour d'un staff. Mais c'est humain. Sinon, on n'est pas des bons soignants. Hein. Si on n'est pas humain, on ne peut pas soigner correctement, enfin je crois. On n'est pas des robots.
The winner is Inquiries in the Region from France 3 Poitou-Charentes. And to collect the trophy and prize money of €2,000, Editor-in-Chief Bernard Dussol and Program Coordinator Florian Renged. We now come to the first of two new categories in the PRIX. This is the award for investigative journalism. The sponsor of the category is the Council of Europe. Please welcome Alan Drake, the head of TV, radio production and multimedia for the Council of Europe.
Now, this award attracted nearly 30 entries, and most of high quality, which is very pleasing in its first year. However, almost all came from the north and the west of Europe. Perhaps this is not surprising, because investigative journalism does require intense resource, high level of journalistic skills, experience, and patience. However, it is important, and I'm delighted that the Council of Europe agrees, that all Europe's public service broadcasters understand and involve in deeper and higher quality investigations. With that in mind, CIRCOM has cooperated this year with the Council of Europe in running workshops and training to develop appropriate skills. In this category, the judges were looking for provoking and courageous reporting set against the background of democratic values promoted by the Council of Europe. The chair of the category was Ulf Morten Davison from NRK Osvold in Norway. He says that the journalism was of very high quality and the stories were original and bold. In many, the journalist and cameraman were at personal risk, and about half the entries could have been winners. The entry chosen as commended was one of the few reports from Eastern Europe. It is an investigation into the corrupt practice of paying people to register illegally as voters for a local election in Bulgaria. This, say the judges, was brave journalism.
Виждал съм да се купуват много неща, да се продава какво ли не. На последните избори обаче пред мен се разгърна една друга, шокираща търговия, за която много се говори, но всеки отрича да участва в нея. Стоката – гласовете ни. $60 лева, толкова струва моят клас.
Парички дават, не са спрехали. Да, ще дай минут. Виж така, които беше да.
Влязоха в схема за купуване на гласове, за да ви покажем отблизо пазара за вота. Такъв какъвто е. Пазар на гласове под наем. Тръгвам към морето още в началото на януари. Решавам да проверя дали мога да стана изборен пришелец. Спирам се на Слънчев бряг, част от най-богатата община в България, Несебър, която е с невиждан наплив на новодомци в края на 2010-та. Бумът на съмнителните регистрации вече е отминал, но все още имам шанс да стана един от тях. Никога не съм живял тук, не познавам никого. Трябва ми обаче конкретен адрес. Избирам случайен апартамент в блок в курорта, дори не зная кой е собственикът на имота. Попълвам набързо документите и съм готов да сменя не само настоящия си адрес, но и постоянния. Служителката в общината в Слънчев бряг не иска от мен нотариален акт.
Картата нещо друго трябва ли, освен те двете неща?
При мен не. При мен друго не. Това е блок Edelweiss. Стая 313. Има ли някаква регистрация там?
Антония е приятелката ми, да, точно така, да. Значи тя...
81 Николай Воденичарски, те са брати сестра.
Точно така, да. Тук е само улицата, така?
Да,
15 човек съм аз.
Да, от началото на годината.
Applause please for our commended entry, Votes for Sale from BNT Sofia.
And so to the winner of the category Investigative Journalism. This Swedish report exposed the exploitation of people with special needs who were employed in a theatre but paid very little. Profiting from this to the tune of some €2 million over 3 years was a man highly regarded in his community. Surely it was unthinkable that a man as reputable as Per Johansson could be such an exploiter. Not, it seems, to one very determined reporter.
Per Johansson är kommuntjänstemannen från Hudiksvall som har skapat succén som slagit hela kultursverige med häpnad. År efter år har föreställningen Elvis fyllt teatersalongerna runt om i landet. Per Johansson har förvandlat ett 20-tal funktionshindrade amatörer till professionella underhållare. Den lilla dagverksamheten inom omsorgen har blivit en miljonindustri för kommunen. Men framför allt för Per själv.
Per, kan jag ringa upp?
Ja, det är åt skogen. Det får inte förekomma. Det är inte acceptabelt. Man utnyttjar de här människorna. Så är det.
När vi visar avtalen som Per skrivit med de utvecklingsstörda blir Teaterförbundets jurist bestört. De får 920 kronor per föreställning. Inget för repetitioner, inget för resdagar, inget traktamente. Medan de andra skådespelarna har upp till 3 gånger så mycket. Ingen i hela ensemblen får så lite ersättning som de utvecklingsstörda skådespelarna. De som faktiskt står längst fram på scen. Och när man får reda på att vi har pratat med anhöriga som är kritiska till Per Johansson och teaterns utveckling kallar man dem omedelbart till ett möte på kommunhuset. För att, som man säger, berätta om hur Uppdrag granskning jobbar.
Hej.
Hej.
Tänkte höra om vi kunde få vara med och lyssna på det här mötet.
Nej, det kan ni inte få. Det här är ett möte bara för anhöriga och gode män.
Men ni ska prata om hur Uppdrag granskning jobbar och vilka metoder vi använder.
Ja, och då tänker vi berätta om det utifrån de upplevelser som vi har och hur det är nu. Så att ni är inte inbjudna till det här mötet, det är bara för gode män och anhöriga.
Men är det inte bättre att vi får berätta själva om hur vi jobbar än att ni ska göra det?
Nej, det tycker jag inte. Utan nu går vi in och så börjar.
Kan inte ni berätta för oss då?
Nej, det kan vi inte. Nu går vi in. Så att vi har SVT här ute med en kamera och de ville komma in på mötet men det får de inte. För att det tycker jag inte att det är. Ja, välkomna ska ni vara i alla fall, även om inte alla är välkomna hit. Så är det. Och bra att så många kunde komma, för det var ganska kort varsel. Men jag tyckte att det var bra om vi kunde träffas ikväll och prata lite grann om förhållningssätt och hur. För det är ju inte så det här.
Vad förvaltningschefen Pia Andersson inte vet är att mötet bandas av en av deltagarna som upplever att hela mötet går ut på att försöka tysta de anhöriga.
Och jag frågar, de normalstörda och de funktionshindrade säger så, har de samma ersättning?
Ja, för framträdandet har de samma ersättning.
Men det stämmer inte. De anhöriga övertygas om att deras barn tjänar lika mycket som de andra. Och Per framhåller på det här mötet, som vi egentligen inte ska få höra, att lönen är så högt satt som möjligt utan att de ska förlora sin pension.
And the winner of the category Investigative Journalism is Portrait Per Johansson från SVT Gävle-Dala. To collect the trophy in 2,000 euros, reporter Cecilia Eriksson-Graner with Niklas Berglund and Lars-Göran Svensson. So, to the second of our new categories for 2012, minorities in society. In so many regions in Europe, this is a topical issue. Sometimes it's a difficult issue, and sometimes too it's a tragic issue. This new category attracted 30 entries.
And it's not surprising that so many of our stations report on this issue and make programs which explain and contribute to a debate. It serves to remind Europe's public service television stations of their duty to reflect and develop a functional, multicultural society. The initiative of France Television in defining and sponsoring this new award is to be applauded.
Please welcome to present the award from France 3, Rose Poilacci.
The judges were asked to look for programs and reports which reflect minorities and matters relating to minority groups in an informed manner. The programs or reports may deal with contentious issues and events, but they are expected to do so in a way which enables viewers better to understand the causes of disagreements and how such disagreements may be overcome and differences narrowed. The chair of the category was Valérie Giacomello from France 2 in Paris. The commended entry was a study of suffering, as a teenage girl explains how she and her family, which includes other disabled children, cope with the impact of their illnesses.
I'm Rosie. I'm 13 years old, and I've got a brother and sister. Daisy's 10, and Lenny is 9. And I have a lovely mummy. She's actually called Sharon, but I call her Mum. And I've got a dad who's equally as good, called Kingy. We have a lot of autistic spectrum in my life. I have Asperger's syndrome, Lenny has classic autism, and Daisy has Kabuki syndrome.
What do you think of that one, Daisy? Is that nice for you?
You can think of what it is in your mind, but it's almost impossible to put down in words. You'd have to see through the eyes of an autistic child to know exactly what it is. And I can see that, but it's hard to put into words.
Minorities in Society, Autism from Inside Out, BBC Yorkshire in the UK. Now, the winning entry is a story of murder, in the belief that it is necessary to save family honour. A young Turkish woman is shot dead at a bus stop in Berlin because she had committed the crime of living like a German. The killer is her brother, who believes he has acted properly, according to his culture, to save the good name of his family. The programme explores this clash of cultures and seeks to explain his actions. Lost Honour, the story of the Surucu family.
Tee zur Begrüßung, so wie es die türkische Tradition von einem guten Gastgeber verlangt. Ayhan Surucu, ein Mörder mit Manieren. Zum ersten Mal ist er bereit, im Gefängnis über seine Tat zu sprechen. Warum er zur Waffe griff, warum er die Lebensweise seiner Schwester nicht akzeptieren konnte.
Für meine Vorstellung damals zu sehr freizügig und zu sehr offen, was den Umgang mit Männern betrifft. Mehrere Beziehungen oder das Nachtleben. Das waren diese Sachen halt, die mich auch dazu bewegt haben.
Er hat vor allem schlechte Erinnerungen an seine Schwester. Und sie lassen ihn bis heute nicht los, sagt er. Genau wie die Erinnerungen an den Abend des 7. Februar 2005. Was an dieser Bushaltestelle in Berlin-Tempelhof passiert, beschreibt der Richter später als kaltblütige Tat mit Hinrichtungscharakter. Die 23-jährige Hatun begleitet ihren Bruder zum Bus. Sie weiß nicht, dass er eine Waffe trägt. Als sie ihm sagt, er solle sich um seine eigenen Probleme kümmern, statt sich ständig in ihr Leben einzumischen.
Dann hat sie irgendwann einen Satz rausgehauen, was ungefähr den Sinn hatte: ich schlafe mit jedem, den ich will, es geht dich nichts an. Und da habe ich einfach nicht mehr nachgedacht. Ich habe ausgeschaltet und
Kann ein Mord die Ehre einer Familie retten? In Deutschland geboren und aufgewachsen. Warum wird ein junger Mann zum Mörder? Und was ist aus ihm und seiner Familie nach der Tat geworden?
Please welcome from Rundfunk Berlin-Brandenburg, Matthias Deiss. Awaiting him, trophy and 2,000 euros. Now it's time for a highly celebrated and respected international jazz vocalist from Sweden to enter the stage. I suggest you buckle up. Please welcome Victoria Tolstoy. Thank you, Victoria Tolstoy and the Swedish TV Orchestra. Now to our category for video journalism. The sponsor is the BBC from the UK, and please welcome Anita Balla from the BBC and the former president of CIRCOM Regional.
The chair for this category was Nicky O'Donnell of BBC East. The VJs are asked to submit 3 reports, shot, edited and voiced by themselves. The reports should be chosen to demonstrate the wide range of VJ skills. The judges were looking for good stories, well told in pictures, sound and commentary, and showing that often it is possible for a VJ to produce good work where a crew would find it much more difficult. And this was shown by the commended entry from Razvan Kojokario from TVR Iași. The judges liked the way he was in the middle of the action 1 minute and then explaining the movement of the story the next.
Cu pulbere la poarta Fortus Iași. Prefectul Dragomir Tomașescu a vizitat astăzi societatea ieșeană în încercarea de a dezamorsa conflictul între conducere, reprezentanții sindicatului și salariații care urmează a fi disponibilizați. Vizita a aprins însă și mai tare spiritele. Motivul, muncitorii spun că șefii combinatului încearcă să vândă secțiile bucată cu bucată.
Pe altă poartă, nu mai și pe poartă. Asta ca să nu știi.
Aici? Asta e o pompă pentru olandez.
Pompă pentru olandez.
Astfel se desfășoară zi de zi conflictul între muncitori și șefii Fortus. Oamenii spun că secțiile dispar sub ochii lor. Utilajele sunt încărcate în tiruri și iau drumul depozitelor de fier vechi sau chiar către fabrici similare din Italia.
Aici au fost o mașină, comandă numerică, așa, PAMă se cheamă. Așa, ce s-a întâmplat cu el? PAMă.
Ce s-a întâmplat cu el?
Așa s-a vândut.
Vinde, domne, pe nimica.
Cum să le vând? Dar cine le vinde?
Afacere. Afacerea ascunsă asta. Să știți și noi, mașina de Italia, ia toate strungurile de aici. Toate strungurile ăla din secție, îl duci la preț.
Sute de muncitori ai Fortus s-au adunat astăzi la poarta combinatului în așteptarea unei soluții din partea prefectului de Iași. Dragomir Tomașescu a ajuns în jurul orei 11 și a vizitat mai multe secții, însoțit de reprezentanții ai conducerii și sindicatului. Discuțiile s-au mutat apoi în sala de consiliu a societății. Aici tonul a fost unul dramatic. Și asta din cauza că sute de oameni nu și-au încasat salariile încă din octombrie.
Cum trăiesc eu de acum înainte cu pensie la soție de 4 ani și 2 copii sunt într-o facultate, 60 de milioane de acum înainte, 4 ani de zile. Și vreau să-i văd oameni mari.
Dacă viniți încetul, unde o să mai lucrăm și cu ce o să mai lucrăm și unde o să fie obiectul muncii, domnul?
Avem bani în mână și noi, spălați-vă pe cap, fă ce vrei cu combinatul. Mie îmi dai banul restant care ai să mi-l dai.
Fortus Iași este în prezent într-o situație financiară dificilă. Datoriile se ridică la 80 de milioane de euro, iar în ultima jumătate de an, societatea a încasat 2.325.000 de euro. În această sumă, aproape un sfert din bani, 557.000 de euro, a venit din vânzarea utilajelor dezafectate. Potrivit planului de reorganizare, aceasta este singura soluție pentru ca Fortus să poată supraviețui, să mențină contractele cu clienții tradiționali și să vândă secțiile de care nu mai are nevoie.
Este datoria mea să veghez la limitarea unor eventuale tensiuni existente, tensiuni sociale. Iată că aici există.
În prezent, peste 200 de salariați ai Fortus au primit preaviz de concediere. Nici pentru plata salariilor restante ale acestora nu sunt bani în caserie și nici pentru plata salariilor compensatorii. Și pentru aceștia, singura speranță rămâne ca societatea să obțină sumele necesare din vânzarea bucată cu bucată a ceea ce în urmă cu 20 de ani reprezenta cea mai mare fabrică din județele Moldovei. Astfel, Fortus Iași rămâne o bombă cu ceas amorsată.
Razvan Kojokario. And so to the winner of the category Video Journalism. Once again, our winner has shown a range of skills which have impressed the judges. Once again, for the second year in succession, our VJ winner is from BBC Yorkshire. And once again, for the second year in succession, please admire the work of Nicola Rees.
7-year-olds from Sheffield have won an £18,000 grant from the National Lottery to make their own movie.
The children of Royd Nursery and Infant School are producing and starring in Palaver in the Pantry, which can be seen by cinema goers next month. Well, our reporter Nicola Rees was allowed behind the scenes for a sneak preview.
Quiet on set, cameras running, action. The name of the film is called Palaver in the Pantry.
Little people with a big ambition. In fact, the cast and crew of this movie is made up entirely of children. Well, almost.
Bon appetit. Morning. Action. Hold that shot.
Oh, that went better than expected, didn't it?
It's the final day of filming for Royd Nursery and Infant School in Sheffield, and thanks to a National Lottery grant worth £18,000, they're learning about the movie business.
I'm the director and the camera. And I'm the camera lady. We're finishing the filming today, and then we're going to edit it, and then it's going to be in a big cinema with loads of people in.
The film's being shot in the Victorian kitchen at Cannon Hall in Barnsley, and the kids are hoping the final version will look like this.
It's going to be silent and like a Laurel and Hardy film.
Remember, you're going to stand here, Harvey. Emil, you're going to stand there.
And Harvey and Emil are expecting their movie to pull in a big crowd. But how many people exactly?
100 million. 1,000. Trillion. People.
So you've had the sneak preview, but the glittering premiere of Palaver in the Pantry will be screened at a red carpet event at Penistone Paramount Cinema on the 12th of July. Nicola Rees, BBC Look North in Barnsley.
The best regional video journalist in Europe for the second year in succession, Nicola Rees from BBC Yorkshire. The documentary category is next, and despite the creation of the categories for investigative journalism and minorities in society, there were still more entries than last year, 46 in all. The sponsor of the category is the Dutch Cultural Media Fund. And to represent them here, Hans Marten van den Brink.
Now, the chairman of the judges was Kees van der Wel from RTV Rijnmond, and 6 of our judges spent 2 full days viewing the entries, which came from all 23 of the countries which entered the PRIX. The judges were looking for a strong storyline and outstanding professionalism in direction and technique. Personal view programs were welcome, as well as journalistically based programs. Consideration would also be given to imagination and cinematography. The commended entry was The Turning Point from NRK Troms in Finnmark, a programme about the Sami people. The winning entry, according to the judges, was a well-made story on a simple subject, the beach. It follows a sociologist on a beach in the south of France as he studies how people behave on the sands on a sunny day. And some of them, well, they behave very, very oddly indeed.
Concernant la plage, quand elle est à ce point pleine et remplie, c'est un peu comme une moquette. De loin, on voit rien. Et puis quand on s'approche, on découvre toutes les bêtes qui vivent dans la moquette, comme les acariens ou autres. La plage, c'est un peu ça, vu de loin. C'est une sorte d'avenue désallongée, avec quelques-uns qui bougent, et puis c'est tout. Et puis quand on s'approche, qu'on regarde par le détail, on voit qu'il se passe plein de choses. Des frôlements de corps, des paroles qui s'échangent, des murmures, on se raconte soit à l'autre, à un autre qu'on ne connaît pas. C'est un peu la psychanalyse en plein air. Bon, c'est tout ça la plage, ça fourmille d'événements en fait. Un anthropologue américain qui s'appelle Edward Hall, qui distingue quatre bulles de proximité-distance. Il y a la première bulle qui est la bulle intime, qui est celle aussi bien de l'amour que de la lutte. C'est ce qui va de 0 cm à 40 cm. Le privé, c'est ce qui va de 40 cm à 1,25 m. Et puis le social, c'est ce qui va de 1,25 m à 3,60 m. Au-delà, on est dans l'espace public, c'est-à-dire au fond un espace qui n'est pas encore de relation, mais qui peut le devenir. Bon, ça donne simplement un ordre de grandeur, et c'est vrai que sur la plage, on s'aperçoit qu'on est quand même très largement dans l'espace privé et l'espace social, avec l'espace intime toujours très très proche, que l'espace public, à la limite, c'est peut-être ça le mystère de la plage ou son charme, c'est qu'il n'y a plus au fond d'espace public.
The documentary category winner is Parasol et Crustacés from France 3, Languedoc-Roussillon. Please welcome Laura Pradal. Now for the most original program. The sponsor of the category is RTV Slovenia, represented by former President and General Secretary of CIRCOM Regional, Boris Bergant.
The chair of the judges in the most original category was Mojca Recek of RTV Slovenia Maribor. As usual, the judges considered programs entered directly into this category, but also programs entered into the other categories, but which showed that special and indefinable quality of originality. The commended entry came from RTV Vojvodina in Novi Sad, Serbia. It's called Stardust, and in it a 14-year-old Alexander wonders about the start and end of the universe as if he is an old sage. But tragically, Alexander is terminally ill.
Razmišljao sam o životu na zemlji i šta bi bilo da ne postojimo. Kako je ta neka svemirska prašina koja je verovatno načinila taj život na zemlji nastala posle uništenja neke druge galaksije. Neke, verovatno, da je takođe postojao život. I to je veoma zanimljivo kako posle završetka jednog života nastaje neki drugi. I 100% da ni ovaj naš život, znači život na zemlji, neće trajati večito. I verovatno će biti ključ ili početak nekog novog života.
Sadly, Alexander did not live to see that program transmitted. His words, however, I know, will linger long in the judges' ears and minds. Well, there was little doubt that the winner of the most original category was, well, different from other programs. For a start, it's nearly 135 hours in running time. Yes, hours, not minutes. It made NRK 2 the most watched channel in Norway with a 35% share. It was watched, streamed on the internet in 176 countries. It was the trend subject on Twitter and on Facebook. It even won entry into the Guinness Book of Records as the longest ever live television program. Please join for a minute, Juttigryten Minute by Minute.
som kom 1001 natt med smak av salt med avskjed i, å herregud, der er du med pappeske, med katter og med egg som ikke måtte brestes med høye rot på trosset som ble kastet hardt mot kaien for å festes. Det var den store verden som la til. Særlig om kveld når Hurtigruta ropte langt der ute fra og sa hun var på nord, og jeg sprang ned på kaia for å se. Jeg hadde bestandig den drømmen da jeg var en lita pia med en diger fjord om å få komme med Hurtigrute dit jeg en gang skulle. Det var skip i stå med eventyr langs med ripen, kaptein i svarte klær med ekte gull i stripen. Det var glede på mørk bunn som kom.
And to collect the trophy on behalf of NRK Hordaland, Svein Håland.
And as the cruise ship sails on into the sunset, a word of warning to entrants in the most original category next year. Big is not always beautiful. Size does not always matter. And we have only 4 days to do the judging.
And so to the very last award, the Grand Prix. This is the best of the best. The program that the judges say is the very best of the 189 entries over those 4 days of viewing. The sponsor of the award is SES Astra, the satellite distribution company. Please welcome Gerhard Schüttermann.
And as this is the Grand Prix of CIRCOM, please welcome the President of CIRCOM, Jacques Briquemont, from RTBF in Belgium. Now, before I ask the President to open the envelope, first I would like to thank TVR for hosting our judging in Romania. Thank you very much, Alexandru. And please thank again all the judges who viewed more than 150 hours of programmes. And none of this would have been possible without the sponsors. Can you thank them, please? And for the Grand Prix, there is another trophy and a further €3,000 to be won. So perhaps now the President of CIRCOM would be kind enough to open the envelope and come and announce the Grand Prix winner.
Grand Prix winner is Matthias Deiss from Rundfunk Berlin-Brandenburg for his production Lost Honor, the story of the CIRCOM family.
Matthias Diaz, please come to stage again.
So, as we applaud RBB, let's watch a further excerpt from the winning entry as it examines the problem of a murder to save the honor of the CIRCOM family.
Also ich war damals genauso eingestellt und das war natürlich absolut verkehrt und ich denke, da habe ich den größten Fehler meines Lebens gemacht. Aber ich konnte halt auch nicht was anderes lernen. Ich konnte auch nicht über Leute darüber reden und diskutieren und andere Erfahrungen einholen.
Ayhans Familie. Seine Schwester ermordet, er selbst als Mörder seit mehr als 6,5 Jahren in Haft. 2 seiner Brüder geflohen. Die Familie, deren Ehre er retten wollte, für immer zerstört.
Was ich den jungen Leuten, also mit Migrationshintergrund, auf jeden Fall raten kann, die in so einer ähnlichen Lage sind wie ich damals, dass sie einfach sich trauen und den Mut haben, offen darüber zu reden, sich nach außen öffnen, sowohl innerhalb der Familie als auch außerhalb.
Ayhan Sürücü hat verstanden, dass in seiner Familie vieles schiefgelaufen ist. Er zeigt Reue. Aber wie weit geht diese Reue? Die ermordete Hatun Sürücü. In ihrem Kampf für ein selbstbestimmtes Leben gilt sie heute vielen als Vorbild.
Können Sie sie heute dafür bewundern, dass sie die Kraft gefunden hat, ihr eigenes Leben schon damals zu leben und ihren Weg zu gehen?
Bewundern, weiß ich nicht.
Haben Sie sich manchmal gewünscht, auch so zu sein wie Sie?
Nein, also es ist schwierig, gegenüber einem Menschen Gefühle zu hegen oder Bewunderung oder was auch immer, wenn man weiß, ich habe diese Person umgebracht. Das ist schwierig für mich.
Die Reue des Ehrenmörders. Die Behörden halten sie für nicht plausibel. So steht es in seinem Ausweisungsbescheid. Ayhan Sürücü muss Deutschland nach seiner Haft verlassen, wird aus dem Gefängnis direkt zum Flughafen gebracht. Er will nach Istanbul fliegen. Sein Bruder Mutlu wird ihm helfen. Bei seinem Start in ein neues Leben. Ayhan könnte der Einzige bleiben, der für den Mord an Hatun sühnen muss. Ob Einzeltat oder Familienbeschluss. Klar ist, viele Familienmitglieder tragen eine Mitschuld am Tod von Hatun, räumt selbst Mutlu ein.
Ich sage auch, dass ich schuldig bin. Der Vater hat eine bestimmte Schuld, die anderen Familienmitglieder, jeder hat eine bestimmte Schuld. Dass er alleine die ganze Schuld auf seine eigene Last nimmt, ist natürlich nicht richtig. Jeder hat einen Anteil.
Well, I'm delighted to say that Matthias is prepared to answer a few questions very bravely. Can we start by saying, I mean, did he ring you and say, I want to speak, or did you ring him? How did you fix it?
He rang me.
Right.
No, he's in jail. I'm normally working as a news correspondent in Berlin, and I was covering a story about a new law for young people sitting in jail. And if you're in jail as a journalist, you ask, okay, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done? And then he said, oh, I'm here in jail for 10 years because I killed my own sister. And then I knew from one moment to the other, okay, this was one of the most famous stories we had in Germany, and this guy never spoke to one journalist at all. And from that day, I met him in jail. It took me 3 years to do the interview.
Right.
So
how did you persuade him to speak? Just turning up every day for 3 years? Or?
You listen to him, he has a very special image of himself. He thinks he did the right thing, and he thinks he is a brave person, a person who is clever, and a person who is doing the right thing. And all the newspapers in Germany, all the television stations nearly burned him in the trial, and he says this was the wrong picture, and he wanted to give the right picture of himself. Of course, he speaks what he says, offers the right picture, and our main objective was to not to report with this. It's wrong what you did, but to ask a question: how could this happen in Germany? A guy who was born in Germany, went to school in Germany, speaks fluent German, and never made his way to Germany, and ended up killing his own sister.
And what was the public reaction at the time of the murder and the trial?
This was 2005, and we had a huge discussion in Germany afterwards. We said, okay, our politics with immigrants has completely failed, that we are paying them, we are helping them to become home in Germany. And this politics completely failed because, as you can see, they never arrived in Germany, they don't object our values there, and we have to change politics completely because no one could understand how could this happen in the middle of Germany with a way of thinking which is, belongs to East Anatolia in the 1950s or something like this.
Yeah. And what about when your film was shown? What was the reaction then?
Actually, we had a very positive reaction because in our movie no politicians speak. We just let the family speak. We found 2 brothers of him which fled to Turkey because they are condemned to murder also. We found them. We flew to East Anatolia to show where the family came from to Germany in the 1980s, and we asked this simple question: what do you think? How do you think? What did your sister did wrong? And this we hoped, and this was the reaction, got a little bit of understanding into the political discussion, and I think it's a good start.
Yeah, but there's still, if I understand right from the film, there is one of the witnesses who is now living under a separate identity, protected by the police, because they believe that the brothers or somebody else in the family may come back and murder her. I mean, how serious do you take that? Is it?
It was his former girlfriend, who is now in the she was key witnesses and is now under the protection by the German law as a new identity, and she believes, because she testified in trial, that the whole family knew what would happen, the murder of the sister, of the daughter. The parents also gave their okay. It was one of the most emotional interviews I've ever had to found this woman who had to change her life completely, who will never will be able to come back and see. She said, I was there when the full family was speaking about we have to murder our daughter, and she believes if they find me in 1 year or in 10 years, I will be dead. And if you talk to a person like this, of course, it leaves us sleepless.
Yeah. And what about yourself in making the film? I mean, it has a feeling of pessimism, I suppose. Did that come on during the filming, or were you more optimistic or pessimistic after you'd finished the film?
I'm optimistic, otherwise I can't do this job. But it was good that we worked in a huge team, and I want to thank all the people who were involved in this project. And if you leave this jail after 5 or 6 hours of interview, you are so happy to have people around you who were with you, and you can talk about, and you can analyze. And so thank you to all the team. Most of them are in Berlin today, but I think of you. Thank you. And thank you, of course, to the jury. It's a huge honor. We had so much work with this project, and that you now honor us is such a great loan to the work. I thank you very, very much.
Matthias Dice. Well done. Congratulations. So, congratulations to Rundfunk Berlin-Brandenburg. Congratulations again to all our winners and all those who entered programs.
And thank you, and an applaud, I think, to the Swedish TV Orchestra. And wherever you've been watching the streaming of this awards gala, thank you for being with us in Malmo tonight on this brilliant night.
And please remember, if you are watching, regional television is your television. It is you, our viewers, who make our programs special. Join us, please, next year in Santiago de Compostela in Galicia, Spain.
And from the PRIX CIRCOM 2012, good night.
Good night.